The United States Air Force is the largest air force in the world, and not only that, but they also occupy 4 out of the top 5 largest air forces worldwide, with their other branches like the U.S. Navy, the Army Aviation Branch, and the United States Marine Corps. For over a century, they have helped the nation remain a leading global superpower in air, and so today we're gonna check 10 interesting facts about the United States Air Force. Number 1. The Air Force maintains a comprehensive museum in the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio, the oldest and biggest military aviation museum in the world, spanning 19 acres that are very necessary to display their collection of over 350 vehicles and missiles and the hundreds of pieces of decommissioned hardware they have on display. Number 2. It seems strange to think that a psychedelic rock band member would be part of the Air Forces, given the two subjects don't usually mix. But the keyboardist of the band Grateful Dead, Tom Constantin, was a computer programmer for the Air Force, even using some of those computers to compose music for the band. Number 3. The Air Force Academy has their own football team named the Falcons. 17 players from their team have gone to play in the NFL. Some of them are Sid Abramovitz, who played for the Air Force Falcons from 1983 to 1987, Bryce Fisher, who was drafted into the NFL in 1999, and most recently Garrett Griffins. Number 4. 2 U.S. presidents have served as airplane pilots of the USAF. Ronald Reagan served before 1947, when the branch was still named the Army Air Forces, and George W. Bush served in 1968, completing his training in 1970 flying an F-102 Delta Dagger. Number 5. Air Force One is not the name of a plane. It is the radio call name for any Air Force aircraft that carries the President of the United States of America. Number 6. The Air Force and the CIA share the same birthday. The National Security Act of September 18, 1947 created both entities. It is worth noting that the Air Force was created in 1947, but they were actually part of the Army before, with them being in charge of airborne operations through both world wars. Number 7. The United States Air Force broke the sound barrier on October 14, 1947, when Captain Chuck Yeager flew the Bell X-1 rocket plane over Rogers Dry Lake at Edwards Air Force Base. The X-1 reached the speed of 700 miles per hour and an altitude of 43,000 feet when the Mach meter got to 1.06, traveling faster than the speed of sound, and a sonic boom could be heard across the Mojave Desert. Number 8. The Air Force Academy is the number 2 source of astronauts. Having produced 39 astronauts over the years, it stays second only to the Naval Academy. Number 9. 21.4% of Air Force personnel are women, a fifth of the total of Air Force members. The Academy has been training female pilots since 1976, navigators since 1977, and fighter pilots since 1993. Number 10. The North American Aerospace Defense Command, also known as NORAD, doesn't only coordinate air defense combining Canadian and U.S. airspace units, it also has a tradition of keeping track of Santa Claus since 1955 as he travels around the world on Christmas Eve, and nowadays they even have apps to keep track of him on any smartphone. This was all for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Big Aviation for more.